Your genome alone doesn't predict everything, obviously. And in fact, if you look at the data, it predicts about your genetics counts for about 16% of your lifespan, meaning your lifestyle and your environment count for the other 84%. Now, there's a big error bar in that 16%, but you get the idea that our genetics only counts for part of our health. And so we need to bring in this other information. So the way I like to think of it is your genetics is one set of features in a model. Your lifestyle, like your activity, the food you eat, that sort of thing, is another set of features. And the environmental exposures, we have ways of measuring these with wearables, believe it or not. We have a personal exposometer that measures airborne exposures. We can measure that as well. And so we can take all these features and then use AI and make predictive scores. That's what we believe. And we've done this already for a condition called abdominal aortic aneurysm, which there's no good test for that. It's discovered when people's aorta bursts and they die 90% of the time. So it's obviously a terrible way to know you're at risk. And we've been able to take genetic information, combine it with some of the health record information, and make a pretty decent predictive score for that. Now, I still want to get better. I think as we bring in more information, and that was, by the way, an AI based research project that let us do that. So I think AI is powerful because it lets you bring in all this information, essentially make good statistical predictions on what's going on, and it lets you combine heterogeneous data types, so meaning your genome and your environmental exposures and your lifestyle, and they're all going to be important for your health, and that's the power of AI. And then I think the other side of that is it not only makes risk predictions, but it can tell you, what action you should do. I mentioned this earlier that based on your metabolic profile, well, you should eat this and avoid that. I think AI can give very personal and very specific recommendations because it can draw in information at a level that a human could never do. So I think it's going to change everything.